Yeah. Hi, welcome. We're going to start the session now. It is very nice to see you again after ages. Let me just add. And have you gone through the document, Arushi, today?
Yes, it is sarcasm.
Yes.
Sarcasm.
Sarcastic friend. So this is more about a
Yeah,
situation and
sarcastic
how you
friend.
would handle it. Okay. So the hypothetical
Mhm.
is that you're hanging out with your friends. It could be anyone, your college friends, your school friends, just your colleagues as well. And one person, obviously you're all joking around, but one person takes it too seriously and says something that is made you uncomfortable. They made a comment about something related to you. Now I'm not going to give you examples, but something that you don't like, something you
Mhm.
may be insecure about, and it's made you
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uncomfortable, and everyone has noticed that it's made Arushi uncomfortable. In that case, how would you like handle the situation?
Okay. Um, if you ask me honestly, I'm very. I think I get angry when someone say like this, but I think eventually I understand that if you react, they make fun of you more and more. So it's better I agree with whatever he said to me or she said to me, whatever they said to me, and I would like smile and I would say, yeah, like I would drag him in that conversation or in that part, like I learned from you or it's same like you, something like that, so
Hmm.
that the situation would get normal. And yeah, I will try to smile. I think
Yeah.
that's only I can do.
So obviously this happens to everyone at least once, and it's happened with me as well. So when I was going through this thought process, my first, you know, the, like every human reacts. There's reaction. Obviously, you can either react or you
Yes,
can
yes,
be
yes,
calm
yes,
about it. And I
yes,
wanted to
yes,
react.
yes.
I wanted to either get mad at them or tell them to shut up or tell them to do anything, like just sort of react. But then I told
Yes,
myself to
reaction.
calm down, and I realized that there are two ways I can handle this. I can either tell them that this is inappropriate or I don't want this to happen again. Please stop doing it, right? And since there's a public, since there are people around you, they might take it seriously because one on one they might not take you seriously. And the second thing is obviously what you said, which is kind of play along, try to take it in a humorous manner. Maybe like I think what you said was, let's say they said something about you and you are like, oh yeah, just like you because you also do this, right? Like kind of also reply to them. That's what you're saying,
Sort of.
right?
Yes, yes, sort of.
Yeah. So that's
I
another way
mean,
to
I
handle it. So that's a
also,
very.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I would like react the same way. Like I would also answer in a sarcastic way so that he would understand how it feels when you make fun of someone. But I think this also we should live. I think we should tackle this in a certain way because every time you cannot respond right to people, but there is a limit to, you cannot allow that person to make fun of you again and again. So I think shut up sometimes necessary, that we should stop them.
Yes,
I
definitely.
mean, what I'm trying to say is, when the conversation is light, you can handle it, then you should. Otherwise, if you think it is like it is not good or it is inappropriate, so I think you should
Hmm.
react as well. That is
Yeah.
also
If it's
important, so that's
disrespectful,
how
you
I
can
think.
say, hey, you shouldn't say that, or please don't say that again.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Yes,
I
yes.
think one of the most important things that I look for when I get thrown into such a situation is what the
Mm-hmm.
intention was of that particular sentence or that statement, because there are some people who are really innocent and they'll say something and they don't even realize they've said something that is offensive or that can make someone uncomfortable. So when I look at the person, I know this person is pure of heart and he's a very good person. And even if he said something, maybe he was joking, but then he didn't know when to draw the line, when he's crossed the boundary. So I don't really say anything. Eventually I'll just go and tell them that, hey, you said that, I understand that you had no bad intentions and you were not trying to put me down or you're not trying to make me feel bad, but just avoid saying that because XYZ reason, like I don't like it or it was disrespectful you know Okay.
But still, I think if a person is innocent, you are not looking for you don't know like what his intention is, but the people around you, they don't actually think about intention, right? He said to you and you feel disrespectful, so I think
Disrespected.
intention is the same. You feel disrespected or you
He
feel
is being
embarrassed.
disrespectful. You are being disrespected.
And okay, so yeah, I feel disrespected. So the people around you, I think, will not think about what is his intention or what.
Yeah.
Uh, in front of them, he like embarrassed you, or you feel embarrassed, or you feel offended. So okay, I mean that was your part. Like you think about intention, but I think I will not do the same because intention is second thing, maybe. But for me, like what happened is happened already. Now what
Yeah.
would I do with your intention? So I am like that.
Definitely. I'm
Yeah.
not saying intention is the only thing I would look at. Intentional, for me at least, is one of the variables that I would consider in that situation. Now, we'll have to get very specific because there are so many things that can go wrong, so many things that can happen. Who you're talking to, who you're talking around, where you are you in an office setting, are you just sitting at home with your cousins? There are a million
Yeah,
ways this can
exactly.
go right or wrong. So I think intention for me is one of the variables where I know that if a person is very negative and they love taunting people, then I know that I can't allow them to keep doing this because then it will become a regular thing. I'll have to acknowledge it. If I have to confront them about this, then I will do that if it's needed, right? But usually, what I try to do is I just try to put on a smile and obviously make them realize that they shouldn't do it, or make them realize that they shouldn't make a
Yeah.
mistake without becoming the bad person, right? Because like I'm sure you've
Yes.
seen this, like random people are just in a public place and then you hear a guy or a girl just they just start screaming at their boyfriends or girlfriends, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Everyone will
yeah,
think the
yeah.
person
It
screaming is
looks so.
crazy, but everyone doesn't question
Yes,
why did that person start screaming. you know no one just randomly
exactly.
starts screaming. There has to be a reason for that. So
Of course not. Yes, exactly.
who is depicted as the bad person is what is important, honestly, in most public, or like
Yeah,
I would say, yeah, public situations, I would say, yeah, something of that sort.
yeah.
All right.
Understand.
So, do you have any questions for me in general regarding the session document or any related to Clapingo in general?
Are you someone who is a sarcastic friend? Or like, yeah, I want to know.
Hmm. So when I was young, I was very, very ignorant about other people's feelings, and I was very ignorant about, what consequences my words could have, right? But I think now that I've grown up, I've become a little more mature. I'm not saying I'm matured yet. Now that I am growing and I'm learning things, I'm realizing how important it is to say the right things and react in the right manner as an adult, right? And I tell my wife this all the time because she's a very reactive person, which is not bad, which is very nice. She's passionate about a lot of things, but I keep telling her that there are some people in your life that don't deserve that reaction. They're nobody, so you should not
Yeah.
waste your energy on those reactions, right? And initially she was not happy with this, but later on she herself realized what I was trying to say. Maybe I didn't use the correct words when I was saying that, right? And maybe I still am not using the correct words. But my point is, you know, she would call for an Uber, and then the Uber guy would come and the AC wouldn't be on. And she knew that she was having a bad day in general. She would start screaming at the Uber guy, "How dare you? Like, how can you do this? You should have
Oh,
kept the AC on." And I'm like, "Listen, it's fine. Just tell him to do it now. Like, I don't know why you are
yeah,
reacting
yeah,
to
yeah.
this guy. Like, and I'm not disrespecting him in any manner, but he's not doing this because he's like, huh, I'm going to pick her up, so now I'm going to switch off my AC. He's not targeting
No, of
anyone in
course.
general. He's just doing his job, and
No,
maybe
no.
he made a mistake, right? So, in terms of sarcasm, at least, I used to be very sarcastic, and because of the people around me, my family members or my friends, early on, I used to make some bad decisions. So I did make people feel bad early on, like in my college days. But now I am very, very aware about everyone's energies, everyone's, you know, I wouldn't say feelings, but like basically making sure that they are respected in any situation, right? So I still
Yeah.
have a lot of friends who are very sarcastic like this, who will pass comments, who will taunt, and I make sure that even if I'll give that person a minute. So let's say one of my friends, the three of us are hanging out together, you, me, and one of our mutual friends, and they say something to you. I'll wait for a couple of seconds to see if you respond to it, and if you don't, then I'll probably defend you and say, listen, you shouldn't say that. You don't know anything about her. You don't know, like in any way, basically, depending on what the statement is.
Yeah.
So I think now I am a much better person, but I must admit that I made a lot of mistakes when I was a kid. Not a kid,
Okay.
but
And
like
maybe that
a
is the
teen-
reason when you were young.
yes, my college days maybe.
Okay. 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 Maybe that is the reason you're like good person, or growing up you realize things quickly because you were also in that situation. So yeah,
Yeah, so I saw
you
this
they
video on
say.
YouTube the other day.
Mhm.
Sorry, just let me finish this. It was
Yeah.
about a psychologist talking about how humans. So someone asked him, "Is it good to be? Is it good that the world has evil in it?" Okay, and he said, "I think the
Mhm.
world has evil in it because people should be monsters when they are young, and then realize how to be good people later." Okay, and the best way he mentioned it is, would you be? What would you rather be? Would you be a saint in a war or a warrior in a
Mhm.
garden?
Okay.
Which
Saint
one
in
is
a
better?
war or warrior in a garden?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Which one
mean,
would you rather be?
he. I think I would be a warrior in the garden.
Exactly, because that's how everyone should be, right? Everyone should be monsters and
Yeah.
then realize they are being monsters and fix themselves. Because tomorrow, if the warrior is sent to war, he'll be fine because he can handle it, right? But the saint can't
Yes.
handle the war because he is too good. That this is exactly
Exactly.
why when people are young, like this is what he said. I don't know if it's true or not. This is why when people are
Mm-hmm.
young, girls tend to like bad guys more because they know that they can handle themselves. You know how everyone says nice guys don't get girlfriends or like something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
this is the basic of it, that they are monsters now, but then they will eventually grow up, being mature, and we realize that, okay, I'm hurting too many people, I shouldn't do it. But tomorrow, if they are thrown into like a uncomfortable situation, they'll handle themselves because they have been monsters before. But if you're always a nice
Okay.
guy, even in a bad situation, you'll end up being a nice guy and someone will walk all over you.
Okay. Yeah, right. I mean, they always say that you always learn from your mistakes. So yes, it's maybe like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry I interrupted you. You were going to say something.
Now I forgot. Yeah, maybe I was asking you something, but I forgot now. So yeah.
I'm so sorry about
No,
that. I
actually,
just
I was
really love
asking.
this quote.
No, it's fine. I like that example, like sent in the war, in the war, or warrior in the garden. So yeah, it was nice. But I think asking you, what do you think? Like being sarcastic is too bad, or it's just fine sometimes? Because I think it's humorous too. I mean, it's not just bad. Everyone cannot be sarcastic because I think that is also
Like
a.
I said, sarcasm is a good tool, right? Sarcasm is
Mm-hmm.
actually an indicator of intelligence in humans. But it
Mm-hmm.
also depends on what sort of sarcastic you are. Like if you're just pulling someone's leg on a very minor thing, then it's completely fine. Friends do it all the time. It's a great way to communicate, to put your opinions out in the world. But if you're doing this to put someone
Mm-hmm.
down, to make them feel bad about themselves, then obviously it becomes very toxic. It's a very unhealthy way to communicate with someone, right? So
Yeah. Oh,
taunts,
yeah. Right.
sarcasm, these are all in the same toxic category. And I am very, very against it. In my family, when someone taunts, I just walk away. I finish the conversation and just walk away. Because I know that person doesn't want to solve anything. They just
Okay.
want to vent or they just want to get mad at me. So I know if there's no scope of improvement, then there's no time. I'm not going to waste my time on this conversation. It's a little extreme, I know, but
Okay.
I'm just letting you know this is what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes you can just handle it, or you can just respond in a way so that other person would feel that I think I'm just wasting time on this person, and you should not react like positively to that person. Like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm getting or
You
what
can't
should I
encourage
say?
them.
Like, it's impacting me. It's impacting me. Whatever you're saying, I think you should not do that. Otherwise, they'll try to do that again and again. So
So you're saying don't give them the
I think every
validation.
time. Yeah, and I think every time you cannot ignore it. I think you should face it sometimes.
Yes, you should
That's how
address
I
it.
feel.
If not confront it,
You
you should
should
at least address it.
address. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, they would feel that my sarcasm is impacting this person. So I think I should always try this. And yeah,
I should keep going. Yeah, I think they will feel that. Okay. Arushi, before the session gets over, it was very nice talking to you. Okay.
same
Obviously,
here.
we're going to have more sessions together. And if I'm not there, congratulations on your 100th session. I think you're on 94 right now, right?
Yes, thank you so much. Why would you not there?
if you take if you take someone else, or like if I'm not there, I'm just in advance, I'm wishing you.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.